To understand these trends and how they are affecting the real estate sector as well as just the land market in general. Karibu sana to the Realtor.
Thank you.
Kindly introduce yourself and give us a brief overview of what your company is about.
Okay, my name is George Chege, and I'm the CEO of Kenmark Realtors. And here at Kenmark Realtors, our work is to actually give to Kenyans properties which are affordable and are very prime. So that means they are very well accessible. And for us, our main aim is to make sure that each and every Kenyan are able to afford. Yeah.
You've also said that you're trying to ensure that you're giving out affordable land, and you also mentioned that on our side chat that affordability is key. So what are you really looking into to ensure that when someone is buying land, they're not breaking their backs to get a piece of land for themselves?
Of course, our key thing that we are doing, as a company, we buy junk. That means a big land. So we are able to make sure that whatever we are selling is affordable. And when you look at the demographic in our nation, most of the people, they are middle income people. So that means not everybody will be able to afford something very pricey. So our target market is actually that person who is working in a bank, that person who is working in a market, a boda rider. So we have so many kind of properties that we are able to target each individual people. Yeah.
So how affordable is affordable? How will you describe affordable? Because when we're talking about affordability is relative. Yeah. So how affordable is affordable?
Of course, affordability, it all depends with an individual. But for us, affordability, the reason why we have so many other projects is to make sure we are targeting a boda rider, we are targeting a mama mboga, we are targeting somebody working in a bank, we are targeting somebody working in a government office. We are still able to target somebody who wants a luxurious kind of housing. So we have all those properties, making sure that you're not just targeting a single bracket, but you're targeting everybody. Yes.
Right, I also mentioned that there have been increased interest rates in affordable housing projects. Yeah. So how has this maybe just affected your business as a land seller?
Of course, when you talk about interest rate, it affects us so much because most of the people that buy these parcels or buy the houses that we sell, most of them, they go to bank to get finances or even SACCOs. And you see when they go there and they find that the interest rate is higher, so they go back and they don't buy. But for us as a company, we have one model. If somebody has a certain percentage of deposit, we can still give them a long time to be able to clear their balances. It's not a must for them to go to a bank, and most of our prices are without interest, because our mission is to make that person afford. Yeah.
So usually there is a notion that maybe, when somebody wants to buy land, they might be scared if you are real or fake, kama unawaibia, kama uko serious that land exists. So what do you do to just give your customer assurance that you are indeed delivering in your business?
Number one thing we do here at Kenmark Realtors is to, before even we start selling land, we ensure that each and every individual plot, it has a title deed. And the benefit of having a title deed to a specific property is the buyer can be able to do a due diligence upon that property. And you see, most of the Kenyans, the reason why we are conned or we are duped our money is because we are too lazy to do very simple things, like doing due diligence, just like going to a land office, do a search. Most of the people that we trust at the first sight. And you see, when you listen to stories about Kenyans, how they got conned, they went to an office and they paid money. They did not even ask one question: where's the title deed for this land that you're selling me? And because that is how they get conned. But for us here at Kenmark, our main agenda is to make sure we buy land, we subdivide, and we only sell what we own. We don't sell on behalf. So you not come tomorrow, I start giving you stories. No, we did not own that land, it belongs to somebody else. No, we only sell what we own, and we only sell what has a title deed. So any property here at Kenmark, it has a real title deed. So we give you a copy, you go conduct your due diligence, and you can even do more than that. Go to the location where the property is, ask around. Do you have dispute? Do you know this land? Because the local people will always tell you the truth. Because most of them, they are not, they don't have that knowledge that they can get something else to sell you. So they'll tell you the correct information, and out of that you can be able to get real information, and you buy what is right. Yeah.
And not only at Kenmac,
Yeah.
you know, due diligence is often used, and you've also talked about due diligence. But now, aside from only giving out these title deeds and going to the lands offices, how do we, as a buyer, maybe conduct due diligence now, just in broad length?
Due diligence, we have a number of things that you're supposed to do. Of course, number one, you have to start from a known thing. And how do you start from a known thing? You have to start from a title deed. From that title deed, you can be able to see the history of how that land has been from the time the adjudication took place, and the way it has been subdivided until what we have present. So it's something that you can go back the history. Number two, you need to do due diligence on the company that sells your land. And that is another thing that a lot of people, we don't do. Because eligibility of a company that sells you land, you need to ask yourself, because most of the people, they sell land, or most of the company, they sell land which is charged in a bank. You understand? And you see, when I'm selling a land that is charged in a bank, what if I don't have the ability to pay tomorrow? What will happen? So the whole of that land will go with the bank. But the only thing that you need to ensure is that land charged? No. Is it the title is secure? Is it owned by the company that's selling me the land? Yes. Have I done the due diligence on the directors? The IDs which register the company, are they the original IDs? You understand? Because you find nowadays people do a lot of things. So somebody will sell you land with a fake ID. So you need to do all that. And the most important thing also is just to ask around, know the credibility of that company. We are in a generation of social media. You can be able to go on social media, search that company, Google about them. You'll see if they have court cases, it will appear there. If they have conned people, it will appear there. So we still have a lot of things which Kenyans are not doing, and they are very simple things which are able to be done.
All right, you've also talked about social media, and that brings me also to just our next point before we go on a very short break. When we come back, I want us to talk about the technological advancements and how you are doing the listing for the properties that you own, and how maybe you're ensuring that you are bringing in sales in the company.
Yeah.
All right, that is coming up after this break.
I'm telling you, it's amazing, it's amazing. This is a Dr. Fred tonight. I'm telling you, amazing guest.
Are you better?
I am better. Interesting games as well. The answer is 1 in a million.
No, that's actually really good, yes.
And of course, just a lot of fun, laughter and music only on Dr. Fred tonight. Of course, every Wednesday talk. Songa, isa ni nini? Shida yako ni nini? You look good. Kibi, mwanaume anaoga mara ngapi?
Mwanaume kamili.
Hey there friends,
Welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in?
I was number 2.
What position were you?
Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Join us as we explore the journeys of those who defy the odds and break barriers. We dive deep into the stories of triumph.
Sometimes when parenting a child with a special need or whatever disability, family life becomes a bit complicated and you may end up raising the child on your own.
Here, we inspire.
I have a farm which one we showcase with other dyslexic youths and autism how to farm.
Motivate.
It's never easy, but what we do, the best thing is to work with another parent who has an elder child than yours.
And break through the barriers one story at a time. Push your boundaries beyond the limit. Saturdays at 8 p.m. The Grind, where business meets brilliance. It's not just about the ideas.
I was working as a shampoo boy. I used to wash clients' hair on the sink.
It's about making them happen. From big wins.
In primary school, when we would be asked
something I had forgotten. An office is also a very important thing when you're doing you want to know eligibility of a company. Because you can just walk to an office and you'll be able to see if this company is serious or not. So most of the people, they see us on social media. The next step they do is to come to our offices. Once they come to our offices, they can tell these people are serious. So social media is one of the aspects which are helping real estate stakeholders so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know, there are times when you're trying to sell property to someone, and maybe they're saying if you're convincing them it's for your own good because you want untaka your land iuzwe iende, but maybe it's the other way around. It's actually a good land and for the benefit of the buyer. So we understand that this is the nature of human beings. So how do you do with such instances?
Of course, in any market, you'll find very few people who are negative in everything. But we don't focus on the negativity. We focus on the positivity, and of course we focus on what we want to offer these people. Like now, you see, it was a period where almost every other place was flooding. But you could go to all our projects, and one thing you would notice that none of our projects flooded, because there are things that we ensure we look at them even before buying land. The topography of land. What do I mean when I say about topography? If the land has at least a little bit slanting to be able to have that flow of water, it lanes. So if you have that in mind, anybody who comes to you, even if most of them, they just want to come and test you to see what you're offering, at the end of the day, even somebody will come just to look and they'll buy, even if they were not meant to buy, because they can see value where their money will go. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, is there maybe a law that ensures that you as a seller, you're protected and also the buyer is protected?
Yes, because when you're buying land, you have to do an agreement and through an advocate. And you see, when an advocate do for you an agreement, that makes sure that that agreement is a binding between the buyer and the seller. So in case I'm not able to deliver what that agreement said, there's a caption always say that I'm supposed to return the money plus 10%. And if the seller is not able to complete the commitment that he committed under that agreement, still there's a caption that says he's supposed to give me back my, he's supposed to give back my land, and also I deduct 10% out of what he has paid. So we have the laws of Kenya, they are binding and they protect both parties. It's only that most of the people, we want just to buy properties without following the law. Somebody can just lie to you somewhere on a paper and they can just give you a receipt and you don't have an agreement. So there is no way you're going to go in a court of law to demand that I bought land from this person. Because today I can write just a receipt with any name. And when you come tomorrow, that office is not the same name. So you need to have proper documentation before buying, before even paying.
All right, so maybe you can also just explain to us land as an investment, because maybe just as business. Because when I buy land, how can I put this land in a way that I'm also getting value for my money as a buyer?
Okay, number one, most of Kenyans, nowadays we are doing land banking. What do I mean with land banking? Somebody will go to Malindi and buy land, another one will go to Nanyuki, another one will go to Kericho, Kisumu, or even Nakuru. But they are not just buying that place for the sake of them building a home tomorrow. They are buying because they know the appreciation rate of any land which is in neighboring a town or a growing town. For example, like here where we are in Kitengela, any land which is within this area, you can tell in the next 2 years, the price that you buy today, it will have doubled or even tripled because of the development which are coming in. So most of the people, they are doing business with land. They are buying today and they wait for a season and then they sell. And you find somebody has sold double or triple. Yeah.
Well, interesting. So maybe you can also tell us what an investor should know before investing in land in Kenya. What are the demographics? Are we doing well? And what should we actually just put into place before we try and purchase land anywhere in Kenya?
Number one thing which a lot of people, they don't look, they are something like a geospatial planning. What do I mean by that? Like within a county, for example, Nairobi County, there is industrial area, there is somewhere which was set for residential area, another place was set for commercial area. So within any other county within Kenya, they have those places. And you'll find some in another place it was set for residential area. So if you want to do a factory and you go buy land in that place, even without knowing, that means that you'll not be able to do a factory in such an area. So that is something that everybody is supposed to know before buying land. So you need to ask yourself, why am I buying this? And of course, number two, you need also to ensure that don't buy more than you can afford. Every other time, spread your investment. Buy something here, another thing by other place, so that you can be able, because let me give you an example. If today the government of Kenya is doing the expressway to Mombasa, do you know it's gonna pass some areas where it was remote? So, but if somebody can think about it today and go there and buy land, that means when that road passes there, tomorrow they'll be talking millions. Yeah, they bought in a few hundred or thousands. So that are key things that we always look even before investing. Yeah.
And what goes on into selling land? Do you always just sell it yourself as land sellers, or you sell for developers, or there are people who really just bring in the agents now? Tell us what goes on into place when selling land.
Like now here at Kenmark, we have marketers who will always go out there to get clients. But also we get a lot of clients from diaspora, because we have at least a bit of reach out in diaspora. And actually 60% of our clients, they come from diaspora because they already trust us and what we offer them. And of course, we also invite agents who can just come and sell, and we pay them commission-wise. So we are open to everybody who wants just to sell. Yeah.
You've talked so much about Kenmark being credible and being trusted, but what do you think you're doing different that maybe other real estate companies are not doing and are really not being trusted by their customers. So what are you doing different?
I think what we should know, all of us, is that there's no company which comes in the market a target being to con people. But with time, they bite more than they can swallow. What do I mean with that? They just want to go do 10% somewhere, start selling that land. By the time they're selling this, they see another place, they rush there, they do another 10%, they start selling. But for us, because of our credibility, what do? We buy land fully, 100% we pay for that land. We go another process of subdividing that land, getting all the approvals from the county government, from the national government. And that is why we always tell our customer, our turnaround time is very short. Between 14 days and 21 days, you'll have your title after completion of payment. Because we already have that title in the office. Even before we get to an agreement, we already have given you the copy of that title. So you are already aware, my plot is in the plot number 7. So there's no way I'll change you and tell you, no, you go to plot number 30. Because already, whatever I'm selling you is already there. But most of the companies that you find in the market, they don't even have own the land when they are selling. They just want to correct people's money. They go, they pay the person who is selling them the land, then they start the process. That is why they tell you, you wait for 1 year, we wait for 2 years. So here at Kenmark, the wait is not there because we already have what you're selling.
Tell us about land disputes that may emerge after maybe I've bought my piece of land, you've given me the title deed, but now disputes emerge. How do you come in to help in such scenarios?
For us, we commit to the client that in case of anything which arises in future, because we are the company that sold you land, we take responsibility. We cannot run away. Of course, because of our process, something like that has never happened, because before even us buying that specific parcel, we already do a lot of work behind. Not just the normal due diligence that anybody can do. We do beyond to ensure that our credibility, which is there already, will always remain. Because we are not targeting to have Kenmark for the next 10 years and then be closed down. We are targeting Kenmark to be left to the generation which will be coming. So we are laying a foundation which always continues. Yeah.
But now, aside from Kenmark, where do you think such disputes emanate from? Because there are companies that are experiencing, of course, such disputes with their customers. So where do you think, what causes this kind of disputes?
I think number one is negligence from the company that is selling. And of course, number two, we have, even if you are so keen and you have done everything, sometimes things do happen. But when it happens, you as a company, I think you need to own up, because these people, they bought land from you because of trusting you. So you need to own up and at least make sure everything goes the way it's supposed to be, to have been taken.
All right, tell us about the challenges that you are facing as land sellers in general.
I think generally it's because you see a lot of people, they fear land selling companies because of the issues they have undergone before. So they think that even the credible ones, they are like the others. But of course, most people, they are not even very keen to ask themselves, why are these people different, to research about us. So we have that challenge. A lot of people, they don't have faith in people that are selling land. But I can tell you, we need to change that. Because before you buy, just do your own background check. At least you know who you're dealing with. And of course, number two is government policies. Like you see now, the stamp duty is already having increased from 2% to 4% in all municipalities. So, and you see, that cost will go direct to the purchaser. So somebody purchasing, they'll have to incur that cost. Of course, if they were buying a plot yesterday at 200,000, today they'll buy at 250 because that cost has to be incurred, and it's not something that you can change. And of course, we have some other direct costs which are coming up every day, like when you talk about maybe the county governments before subdivision, they charge the charges which are being charged before. Today they are charging more. And that you can see that trend in all the county governments. So those are things that we are not able to control as of now, but of course that is a direct cost that goes to the consumer. Yeah.
Are you seeing any growth in the real estate sector in terms of all you that are selling land?
Yes, there's much growth even from the local market, because most of the people that are living in urban areas, they are looking at maybe owning a home, owning a house. So that is why you can see there's sustainability in real estate, because people want to buy to build. Yeah.
Okay, as we wind up, just tell us, where can we find Kenmac? How do we come to your place? Maybe your social media platforms? Yeah.
Our offices, our headquarters is View Park Towers, 11th floor. We are wing C. Once you just get out of the lift, you're going to see a big board for Kenmac Realtors. You're welcome to our offices. We have office number 2 in Kitengela, next to Cooperative Bank, Pena Towers. We also have in all social medias. Go to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all over. Just search Kenmac Realtors. We are there, and our numbers actually are there on online. And if you want to call us, our number is 0721 737300 or 0742 000 300.
All right, can I get land anywhere in this country if I want to buy from Kenmac?
Yes, actually, for now, Kenmac, we have more than 15 projects. Landing from Nairobi Metropolis, that is Kitengela, Isinya, Kiambu, Thika, Nanyuki, Malindi, Konza City. So we have quite a lot of projects. So every other place that you want to own land, just call us. And even we have in big